U.S. President Donald Trump on Saturday posted an image showing Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro in custody aboard a United States naval vessel, hours after Washington announced his capture during a military operation in Venezuela. Trump shared the photograph on his Truth Social platform, writing, "Nicolas Maduro on board the USS Iwo Jima." The image showed Maduro blindfolded and handcuffed, wearing what appeared to be noise-canceling earmuffs and a gray Nike-branded tracksuit. The post followed Trump's earlier announcement that U.S. forces had captured Maduro after strikes on Caracas and other locations. The president said the Venezuelan leader and his wife would be taken to New York to face federal charges. The release of the image came amid mounting international concern over the U.S. operation, which has drawn strong reactions from both Washington's allies and adversaries. In Paris, diplomatic sources said the capture of Maduro had alarmed governments across the world. Trump described the military operation as unfolding like a television show, and reiterated that Maduro would be prosecuted in the United States. The Venezuelan government condemned what it described as an extremely serious military aggression by the United States and declared a state of emergency. Russia, a long-standing ally of Caracas, demanded that Washington reconsider its position and release the legally elected president of the sovereign country and his wife. China said it was deeply shocked and strongly condemns the U.S.'s blatant use of force against a sovereign state and its action against its president. Iran also condemned the operation, describing it as a flagrant violation of the country's national sovereignty and territorial integrity. Mexico said the U.S. military action seriously jeopardizes regional stability, while Colombian President Gustavo Petro called it an assault on the sovereignty of Latin America that could lead to a humanitarian crisis. Brazilian President Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva described the strikes as a serious affront to Venezuela's sovereignty, and Cuba denounced what it called state terrorism against the brave Venezuelan people. Several European countries also expressed concern. Spain called for de-escalation and restraint, and offered to mediate in search of a peaceful solution. France said the U.S. operation undermined international law and warned that Venezuela's crisis could not be resolved through external force. The European Union urged restraint and respect for international law, while reiterating its position that Maduro lacks legitimacy. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said all countries should uphold international law, and stressed that the UK was not involved in any way in this operation, calling for patience to establish the facts. Italy was a notable exception among major European states, with Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, a close ally of Trump, arguing that the U.S. military action was legitimate and defensive. At the United Nations, Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said he was deeply alarmed by the U.S. strikes, warning through his spokesman that the operation could constitute a dangerous precedent. The situation remains fast-moving, with governments worldwide closely monitoring developments following Maduro's reported transfer into U.S. custody.